What is going on, Laker fans? Thank you very much for tuning in. Friday edition of Lakers Talk Daily. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Laker fans, we are 0-2 to start off the Lakers season. Obviously, the Lakers lose last night to the Clippers, 103-97. I'm going to spend some time on this specific video talking about the attention Russell Westbrook is getting and how much I cannot stand that attention that's going to Russell Westbrook. So this is going to be a very Russ type of video. If you it's the first time you've been to the channel, ESPN LA, this is our YouTube channel. If you could please subscribe to the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. Monday through Friday, we're putting out Lakers content, and we're also doing it for all the other shows as well. But this is my little piece that I do, Lakers Talk Daily. Okay, let's get into it. So yesterday, Lakers lose. And I actually thought it was a much more competitive game. Lakers had a chance to win. They only lose by 6. You're in the fourth quarter. You actually take a 2-point lead. And there's some stuff that you can walk away with and say, okay, you know what? Clippers are a good team. This is going to be one of the teams that's competing for an NBA championship. And unfortunately for the Lakers, there's always side stories. And I think I'm going to kind of contradict what I'm about to say. I'm so sick of listening about things that have anything to do with Russell Westbrook. I really am. And here I am doing a video on Russell Westbrook, so you can help me understand what the hell I'm doing. I'm so sick of it, and I'll kind of explain. Every Laker fan is hoping this season. They are hoping that the team is competitive, that the team is in the playoff picture, and then they get to the playoffs, and hopefully the guys are healthy, and they could put up a competitive round against anybody, and then let's see what happens. We're 2 games in. I already see stuff on ESPN, basically, is the Lakers season over, blah, 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 is it who's to blame? I'm like, everybody pump the brakes for a second. We're 2 games in. 2 games in, and the Lakers played the Warriors and the Clippers. Now, you come back a day, or you come back on Sunday and you get blown out by the Blazers at home, that's a whole different conversation, but we're not there yet. The Lakers cannot shoot the ball if their life depends on it. This is some of the takeaways that I took away from yesterday, and this is the Russ piece that I'm talking about. Pre-game show. What was the conversation about? Russ. Why was it about Russ? Because if you guys remember a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna bring everybody back here, Russ was asked in a game against the Sacramento Kings, final game of the preseason, to come off the bench. Russ was asked afterwards, well, what'd you think of it? As he left the game with a little bit of a hamstring injury. He says, I've been doing the same thing for 14 straight years. Honestly, I didn't even know what to do pregame. Being honest, I was trying to figure out how to stay warm and loose. That's something I just want to get accustomed to. Basically brought up the fact that the reason why he got injured is because the Lakers were trying to use him off the bench. Darvin Ham yesterday. Again, this is pregame before the Lakers even go up against Clippers. They already got an opponent that they got to worry about in the Clippers and, you know, trying to get off to a good start. And this is the conversation. So just I want to be frank with everybody. This is what Darvin Ham said. Let me be clear with this. The Lakers, myself, my staff, we would in no way, shape, or form put a player or an employee in harm's way, physically, mentally, spiritually. We don't stand for that. We're not about that. That's not who we are. He also went on to say, we moved on. We got an understanding. As a coach of the team, we're going to do what's in the best interest for our team to be as successful as it can be, and I'll just leave it at that. My problem, Laker fans, post-game show, I'll get into that in a second. All these conversations that are geared around Russ, all these conversations that are geared around a player that, frankly, let's just be honest, the dude ain't that good. He's not that good. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Sometimes you give a player so much energy because that player is actually good. The reason why Anthony Davis gets crucified like he does when he misses games is because Anthony Davis is your freaking season. That's how good he is. Anthony Davis is the difference of you not being in the playoffs or competing for an NBA championship if he's the Anthony Davis from a couple years ago. Russ ain't that. Not at all. So all the energy that keeps going to Russ, all the energy of trying to potentially accommodate to Russell Westbrook is mind-boggling to me. It really, really is. Let's now go to the game real quick. Russ was awful on offense. He was 0 of 11 from the field, and he was 0 of 6 from the three-point line. However, Russ was pretty good on defense. Russ had a couple big stops against Kawhi Leonard, trying to front him and getting a couple steals. He had 5 steals yesterday. but nobody seems to want to talk about the basketball portion, and everybody wants to jump all over Russ when he's, obviously having a bad game. My frustration is, are we worried about basketball games, or are we worried about the drama? And I know from a media perspective, you're going to say, hey, Al, what the hell are you talking about? The media covers drama like no tomorrow. It's like a soap opera. Russ refuses to help himself. Refuses. Yesterday after the game, he's quoted, how's your relationship with Darvin Ham? Good. That's it? That's it, Russ? I almost feel like, he does not help his own narrative. Let's put it that way. He's almost in a weird way creating stories that that are only hurting him individually, and then it's allowing media to write all this different stuff about him. And I get it. I understand it. Listen, I'm listening to the postgame yesterday, and we're actually streaming the postgame yesterday as well on 710, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, damn. He refuses to try to help himself. Every conversation is about Russ, and I'm sure every Laker fan feels the same way. You want this thing to end one way or the other, or you want it to just quiet down and everybody could just go back to playing basketball, and I don't see that happening. So I'm going to throw this out to Laker fans. What should the Lakers do with Russ? How do they treat the rest of this situation? Because I think it's pretty fair. Russ ain't going to change, and I want to take Darvin Ham by his word. Darvin Ham has said he's going to do what's in the best interest of the Laker organization. If it's in the best interest of the Lakers to have Russ, cool. If he feels that way, I'm down to ride with Darvin Ham and whatever he thinks. But if it's not, can we break this thing up? Can everybody part ways? In some shape, way, or form, can that be the case? Again, if he's going to help you win and he's not a distraction and it's not hurting team chemistry, then I got nothing to say. But if it's opposite of all that, then what are we doing? I know we're only 2 games in, and I've said for a while now, I want them to give Darvin Ham a legitimate chance to determine what he should do and why he should do it. And as far as the Russ situation, but we're 2 games in, and the conversation is all about Russ. Russ is not a player that's that good at this stage of his career to justify this much conversation. And I just spent 8 minutes talking about him myself, so what the hell do I know? Lake fans, I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Monday through Friday, we're pulling up the content. ESPN LA on the YouTube channel. Lakers Talk with Alan Sliwa on YouTube as well. Thank you for being a part of the show. Comment, be a part of it. I'll be back next week putting up more content. I'm also going to do some stuff on Sunday once the Lakers play the Portland Trail Blazers. So have a great weekend. We'll get back with you guys on Sunday. Thank you, Laker fans.